The anxiety is communicating that it is not natural for you. If it was natural for you, you wouldn't feel the anxiety. Think about it this way. Look at an anxious attachment style. When somebody has an anxious attachment style, they don't feel like whatever it is that they have, whether it's a thing or a person, they don't feel like it's natural for them. There's a reason that they're anxious about it. And of course, there's an entire foundation of underlying emotions that contribute to that anxious attachment, and a bunch of things that flood their mind and cause them to feel anxious about the attachment in regards to the person or the thing. But if it was natural for you, if it was natural for whoever it is, anxiety would not be present. Anxiety is communicating how you feel about the attachment. That's why the anxiety is there. But the anxiety is actually pushing away whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you feel like you are trying to create or attract. Anxiety communicates this is not natural for me, and because that I'm feeling all of these ways, I'm feeling this stress, this worry, because I'm really hoping that whatever it is that I'm going for or whatever it is that I have doesn't leave me. I'm really worried that it will. You're not confident that it's yours. You're not confident that you can have it. Case in point, many years ago, I consistently felt anxious, even depressed. The fascinating thing, and something that a lot of people don't realize, is that emotions are essentially an energetic signature. And because of that, whatever it is that we feel, we broadcast out there and we attract based on that. You can attract lack, and that's usually what an anxious or insecure attachment style attracts. I'm using terms in psychology to help this be more understood because it's helpful to see how this all works. When you are anxious, when you feel anxiety, you're communicating that something is off, something is out of balance, something's just not tuned correctly. And this might be in regards to a relationship, this might be in regards to a thing, a person. But you're attracting based on that anxiety. When you feel anxiety, when you feel anxiousness, when you feel worry, we can even go as far as neurotic dynamics, neurosis, neuroses. All of this overbearingness, all of this stress, all of this worry, that's the energy that you're communicating. That is attracting based on what it is that you're communicating. You're attracting that it's not natural for you. So whatever comes based on that is going to be not natural for you. The fascinating thing is that a lot of people are very comfortable and familiar with this dynamic of feeling anxious and feeling like they need to chase and run after and do a bunch of things and manipulate and worry and stress, feel anxious, feel sad to get things, to get something, to get a person. The fascinating thing is that the opposite side of this coin, right? We'll refer to this metaphorically as a coin, right? Maybe you're either anxious or you're fine. You're not sure. Uh, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about my future. And by the way, if it's an unsafe thing, that's a totally different story. When your body is communicating to you that something is unsafe, your intuition's communicating to you that something's unsafe, the anxiety that you'd feel, the anxiousness that you'd feel, the stress, the worry, That's your body communicating something to you that you need to understand. But if you feel like you're anxiously attached to somebody because you really want them, it communicates that you are really incapable of having them. I mean, we don't really have people, but it's communicating that it's just not natural for you to be with them. Oh, I really want that person. Oh, I have them now. Crap, I feel like I'm going to ruin this. Cool. You probably are, because you're anxiously attached to it, and you're probably going into hypervigilance, and you're probably going to create problems that don't exist. Yeah. The anxiety communicates that it's not natural for you. What would communicate that it is natural for you? Not being anxious about it. Saying, like, that'd be cool, but either way, I'm good. I've got me. And the fascinating thing is that a lot of people with anxious attachment styles that feel anxiety towards things, and that anxiety is communicating that it's not natural for them, these are usually the people that have learned to tie their self-worth to the external, which is why they would be anxious about it. And that makes sense, right? Because then it's communicating that it's just actually not at all natural for them to experience whatever it is, to have whatever it is, to be with the person. Oh, I'm going to attach or tie my self-worth to that person, because if I do, and if I get that person, then I'll be more worthy. No. I mean, you might believe it, but no. Healthy self-worth is internal. It is intrinsic. But right, so say for instance, oh, I'll finally be worthy if I get that person. Therefore, I'm going to be anxiously attached to that person. And with that anxious attachment, I'm going to create a fuck ton of resistance in the dynamic between self and other with that person. And it's going to suffocate the hell out of that person. And then eventually that person is going to do exactly what my worrying mind is creating. They're going to leave. It doesn't have to happen, but it does for people that are anxiously attached. People that are securely attached, I'm good. Either way, I am good. That's how this works. You could communicate that it is natural for you, and you wouldn't feel anxiety about it. The fascinating thing, like I was saying before, is that a lot of people are very comfortable and familiar with this dynamic of feeling anxious about it. It's not real to them if they don't feel anxious about it. They feel like they need to chase. They feel like they can't just have it. It wouldn't make sense. It can't just fall in their lap and just be that way. There has to be anxiety around it. Isn't that wild? For it to make any sense to somebody that is comfortable and familiar with an anxious attachment style, there has to be anxiety around the experience, or else it doesn't feel real. Why would they chase it otherwise? Oh, I don't have to do anything. I just have to be myself, and you love me. Ugh. Some people experience that for sure, but just understanding the anxiety is communicating that whatever it is that you want, the want in and of itself is communicating that you don't have it. It's communicating lack. I mean, think about it. I have a phone, so I don't have to want it because I have it already. The emotional experience that comes with that is what creates the actual reality of it and the dynamic. If I were to stop wanting a relationship, just as an example, this is literally just example. If I were to stop wanting a relationship and instead feel myself as everything that I would want to feel in the reality where I have what it is that I want, I feel whole. I feel complete. Either way, I'm good. Doesn't matter what comes or stays or goes. I'm fine. That emotional dynamic. Oh, and by the way, there's nothing but peace there. That emotional dynamic is the opposite of this whole dynamic of anxiety ridden mindset of anxiety, of, just being anxiously attached and creating resistance in a dynamic with anything or anyone. The anxiety is communicating that it is not natural for you. And this is something that once you start to understand that all you have to do is be relaxed, feel peace within yourself, feel whole, see your worth as intrinsic, feel that what it is that you're looking for is already within you. It's not out there. You attract based on how you perceive yourself in reality. If you think that whatever it is that you're missing is out there, you're going to spend fucking eternity trying to chase it. But once you realize that it's already in here, everything flips. And then you draw it to you rather than trying to run and chase and be anxious about your attachment to things that you think that you're not worthy of because you've tied your self-worth to the external, and it keeps going up and down and all over the fucking place. It's an inside-out transformation. That's the reality of it. It's an inside-out transformation. You don't have to try to chase and change and do a bunch of things out there. It's in here. And when the anxiety goes away, you'll see some seriously wildly magic shit happen.